Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nura Adlina binti Muhammad Asri and I am the second presenter. Infographics are made of many parts that fit together to create a unified and balanced design that informs and hopefully impacts the viewer. All the pieces involved in creating an infographic is color, font, topic, use of words, diagram and graphic selection. Color can bring the content to life and set the mood. You must design an infographic with colors that you're going to use. First is use relevant color. Color selected should be relevant to the content of the infographic itself. For example, infographic about swimming or water. Use shades of blue. Using relevant color helps viewers' mind make the connection and easily understand. Number 2 is decide on the number of colors. You don't want to use many colors on the graphics. This can distract from the data, but too few colors will make boring infographic. So 2 to 3 colors is ideal. Lastly, use color wheel. The most useful tool for choosing different types of color palette. The color wheel helps to make logical choices by providing a visual representation. Primary colors, secondary colors and tertiary color. Through the color wheel, you can leverage the rules of color harmony to come up with a good color combination. Font is only one part of the infographic and must fit in with the overall graphic design while also standing out from all other infographics. The right typeface can make a design while the wrong one can definitely break it. Fonts impact readability and legibility. Legibility refers to how easy it is to make out any given letters on a page, while readability refers to how easy it is to read larger passage of text. There are 3 main font families, which are serif, sans serif and display font. Serif font is Times New Roman and Merriweather, which are the popular examples. A common theme is using serif font as a body text because it's easier to read. Our eyes are accustomed to reading Times New Roman because it's the font type that usually appears in books and newspaper. Second is sans serif. Popular fonts include Helvetica, Arial, and Lato. Sans serif font are usually best for section headers, caption, lists, and titles in your infographic. Lastly, display fonts. Designers agree display fonts should really just be used as headers to set the mood and theme of your design. Some popular display fonts are Alpha Slide 1, Lobster, and Chewy. Important note, you must stick to only maximum of 3 different fonts. If you want to change it, just make it bold or little bit bigger. Create a clear text hierarchy with 3 different font styles. 1 for the main heading, 1 for section headings, and 1 for body text. Main header font should be the biggest and can be the most stylish. Section header should be a bit smaller and less stylish, but it should be stand out on the page. Finally, the font for the body text should be smallest and not stylish at all. It needs to be as easy to read as possible. Whenever you look at some text on a page, your eyes has to start somewhere. Your eyes will subconsciously jump to the text that is bigger, bolder, and more unique. The visual hierarchy helps us quickly make sense of text. Infographics need to catch audience attention with informative, exciting topic that grabs people's attention. Topic of infographic must focus. Infographics are most interested when they focus on one topic, subject, or idea. Make sure your infographic has a clear goal. Number 2 is detail. Just because an infographic has a clear focus doesn't mean it has to be brief or bland. Its most interesting infographic topic had an abundance of information to share. Informative infographic teach your audience something new. If you're sharing an infographic about something your readers already know, they may be less likely to stop and look at it. Lastly, you must use particular words that pictures the whole infographics. Use emotion triggering words in the headlines to push people to read. A few elements of text should be more than enough to tell a story with the aid of visuals, but text on an infographic is like salt in a cake. It enhances the flavor of the other ingredients. So what should you do? Be concise. Only use minimal text. If the infographic has more larger text, it forces the audience to focus on text rather than the whole infographics. Only specific text as it need to be simple as possible because reader possibly miss the important information. Keep the text brief and to the point. You must also utilize powerful words. We must be able to serve direct attention to the information using words that are related with the topic. For example, infographic on elderly care. We use words as care, protection, health, and more. In diagram part, the type of data will determine which diagram is best for the data. There are a wide variety of diagrams you can choose. To show how different categories compare to one another, we can consider mind map, matrix, or Venn diagram. To communicate how different parts of a whole are connected, you might want to use circle diagram, tree diagram, or pyramid diagram. And lastly, to visualize how events or tasks are sequenced in process, you can select funnel chart, flow chart, or fishbone diagram. For graphic part, to make the infographic more attractive, use combination of text and visual. Too much text can make it boring and uninteresting. Rely more on icon headers with minimal explanatory text. Use lines, border, and shapes. Use this basic design element to visually organize the content. Readers will find easier to interpret that content. Use this tactic to break up the design into multiple sections, making graphics easier to scan. Lastly, leave white space. White space is important because it adds balance and makes the content easy to consume. The infographic shown has a plenty of white empty space. You don't want too much text mushed together visuals without space between title and body text. The uncluttered background makes it easy for the eyes to take in the text. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.